What happens when you disappear from someone's life? When you stop texting back, stop showing up, and just vanish? For most people, this thought alone sparks fear or curiosity. And that's exactly why we're diving deep into the 9 things people feel when you disappear. If you've ever wondered about the psychological ripple effects of your absence, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see how these emotions can reshape their world. And yours. Let's begin. First, confusion. Imagine waking up and realizing your favorite TV series suddenly ended mid-season. That's the emotional chaos people feel when you disappear without warning. It's unsettling, even maddening. They'll replay past conversations, trying to decode the moment it all went wrong. Why? Because humans crave closure. The irony? By not giving them closure, you make your absence impossible to ignore. Pattern interrupt. Wait, does this mean you're the cliffhanger everyone hates but secretly obsesses over? Yep. Next comes guilt. Disappearing from someone's life forces them to confront their own behavior. Did I say something wrong? Was I too much? Not enough? This self-reflection can be uncomfortable, even haunting. But here's the twist. It's not about punishing them. It's about prioritizing yourself and creating space to grow. Remember, sometimes guilt isn't yours to carry. It's theirs. Transition. And speaking of emotions, they can't shake. Loneliness. Oh, it hits hard. Your disappearance creates a void that's impossible to fill, at least not right away. They'll notice the little things first. No good morning texts, no inside jokes, no one who truly gets them. In a world obsessed with connection, your absence stands out like a billboard that says, "I'm worth missing." Cliffhanger. But what happens when loneliness turns into something much darker? Let's find out. Regret. This one stings. They'll replay every moment they took for granted, every ignored text, every time they didn't appreciate your presence. And here's the kicker. Regret doesn't just live in the mind, it seeps into their actions. They'll swear to never make the same mistake again. But by the time they realize it, you're already gone. Pattern interrupt. Kind of like when you realize there's no milk left after pouring cereal. Painful, isn't it? Self-reflection. Disappearing forces people to look inward. It's uncomfortable, but necessary. They'll question their priorities, their values, and even their identity. This is where growth happens, for them and for you. And isn't that the goal? To grow into the best version of yourself, even if it means leaving some people behind? Transition. But not all emotions are reflective. Some are explosive. Yes, anger. People hate being left in the dark, and sometimes your disappearance triggers resentment. They'll blame you for the discomfort, the confusion, the void you left. But here's the power move. Their anger often hides something deeper. Fear. Fear of losing you for good. Fear of being alone. Fear of their own inadequacy. Cliffhanger. And fear, as you'll see, can be a powerful motivator. Closure becomes their obsession. Humans are hardwired to seek it. They'll craft narratives, chase explanations, maybe even reach out, all to make sense of the situation. But here's the thing. Sometimes the greatest lesson comes from the silence. It forces them to sit with their emotions and grow from within. Pattern interrupt. It's like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with no edge pieces. Frustrating, right? Then comes resilience. Over time, they'll adapt. Your disappearance teaches them a hard truth. Life goes on. They'll find new routines, new connections, and new ways to cope. And while it may sting at first, your absence might just push them to become stronger, more independent individuals. Transition. And yet, there's one final emotion that ties it all together. Finally, respect. When the dust settles, people often admire those who had the courage to walk away. It's not easy to remove yourself from situations or relationships that no longer serve you. By disappearing, you've shown them and yourself what self-respect looks like. And in doing so, you've earned theirs. Cliffhanger. But what if I told you there's one more takeaway that can change everything? Keep watching. When you disappear, you don't just leave. You create space. Space for others to reflect, to grow, and to miss you. And more importantly, space for you to prioritize your own goals, dreams, and well-being. So, if you've ever felt the need to step back, remember, it's not selfish. It's transformative. For everyone involved. If this video sparked something in you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that helps you live a life of wisdom, wealth, and purpose. Until next time, stay strong and stay stoic.